This plugin will make your mix sound like a record. Only not. Hello everyone and welcome back to MixBuzz TV mixing and mastering tutorials on YouTube. And as you know, if you follow the channel, sometimes we have these hopefully useful rants about either common misconceptions, mixing and mastering related internet bullshit and trends that in my opinion are not doing any good to those of you who are approaching this profession. Today I want to spend few words on something that really starts to bother me a lot. Few days ago, a very well-known and popular plugin and hardware brand came out with a new tape emulation plugin. Since they do make great stuff, I was checking it out. I was watching the intro video and there it was. The catchphrase of all time. The thing that every newbie wants to hear. This plugin will make your track sound like a record. How many fucking times we heard that? Way too many. But for some reason this time I just got pissed because I realized that many people who are new to mixing are going to believe it to some extent. And so let me get this straight. Nothing, I repeat nothing, no single plugin or piece of gear will make your track sound like a record. If you believe something like that exists, wake the fuck up. The only thing that will make your mix sound like a record is you, your skills, your ears, if you have good ones, and the hard work that you will put in making your track sound like a record. One plugin, one piece of hardware will not make or break your mix. Not only that, but it's never one thing that makes or breaks a mix. People often ask me, what is the secret? There's no secret. Is the 1,000 little decisions you make when you're mixing. That's the secret. It's a lot of work. It's days of work. That plugin and many other, I don't want to point the finger at one company here. I'm sure it'll sound great. Actually, that company in particular makes some of the best plugins out there. But mixing is not easy. Mixing is not quick. Well, some lucky and rare time it is, but it's never one thing, one move. Mixing is hard, is difficult, and not everyone can do it. Yeah, I said it. Not everyone can do it. Mixing is a grind, and you either embrace it and put down the time to study and practice, or you'll never get anything sound like a record. My last mix had over 100 tracks. Over 100. And it was a metal song. Not a movie score. You tell me, if there was a plugin that could magically make 100 plus tracks sound like a record, wouldn't it be in everybody's computer, no matter the price? Sure as shit would be in mine. And I understand that that kind of advertisement is just marketing talk. And most people will take it for what it is. But some others, I feel newbies especially, and I mean no disrespect using that term, are going to believe it. And some people will say, well, if you believe that, you deserve to be fooled. I agree to some extent, but then I think I was a newbie once, and I didn't know better. And I wasted my fair share of money and time following hype on forums and internet and magazines, because you do want to believe something like that exists. Now, do I have a problem with marketing talk itself? No, not really. Every company does that. Every company advertises. What I have a problem with is that kind of statements push the people that are trying to learn in the wrong direction. Like, it's not your fault your mix sounds like shit. It's because you don't have this one plugin. Once you have that and your mix still sounds like shit, then it's because you need hardware. Then it's because you need more plugins. And then it's because you need some other stuff. All you need to mix nowadays is a good monitoring system, meaning your room and your monitors, that you know well and you can trust because you know what you're hearing there will translate outside of your studio. And mind this, you will need time to get to know a monitoring system, months, maybe years. So don't go changing your monitoring system every year. Give yourself the time to get to know it because that's the most important thing really. And it doesn't have to be uber expensive. The more high-end and the more reliable it is, the better. But if your mixes are translating well, then you're good to go. Other than your monitoring system, you need a DAW, your ears, and a lot of work, a lot of practice, a lot of time spent on mixing. Allow me to use a metaphor. The concept of specificity of training. If you want to get better at playing basketball, what do? Keep buying basketball shoes every week or just play basketball every day, all day long? Which one will make you a better player? So this applies to mixing too. You want your mixes to sound great, you need to spend a lot of time getting better at mixing. You as a mixer have to get better. Don't expect technology or plugins to get better for you. You shouldn't expect to slap something like a plugin or a piece of hardware on your two-bus or on every track and magically make things alright. It won't happen, and if instead of working hard you keep buying shit, you'll never get there. With that said, obviously we need tools, and let me stress this. We need tools like plugins and a DAW and computer and microphones and hardware because otherwise we just couldn't do any mixing at all. But like a mechanic with these tools, he has to do the job because they won't fix the car by themselves. And don't get me wrong, like I said earlier, there are amazing plugins and hardware out there that make our job easier and the final result better. But you put a monkey in the best studio on the planet with the best plugin and gear available, chances our record is gonna come out from there are pretty damn low. It is always the engineer's skills, never the tools. So, to all of you who are trying to learn how to mix and work with audio, I know most of you, if not all of you, already know this, but it's good to repeat it and get it out there. No plugin and no piece of hardware will make your track sound like a record. Choose your tools carefully and most important, spend time getting to know them well. Use your ears. I know this is old news, but it's true. It's good to ask for advice and feedback from other engineers and people. Actually, it's crucial to compare and exchange opinions with others. Just don't buy every stupid statement marketing feeds you or whatever the hype of the week is on forums and magazines. So this is it for this podcast rant. If you stayed with me up to this point, I hope this was somewhat useful. If not for you, maybe for someone you know. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, please click the like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Join us on Facebook and Twitter. Support MixBuzzTV by sharing videos on social media, forums, personal pages, blogs. Subscribe if you haven't already, and see you next time.